everyone. Welcome to Joanna's Jewban Kitchen. A lot of people have asked me why this is called Joanna's Jewban Kitchen. So I'm going to give you a little background.
Ay, mi nietecito, Joanita, my granddaughter, Joanna, she want me to tell you how we got here. Okay, my mother was from Turkey. We were Jewish in Turkey. Then we went to the Cuba, and kids for today, they want pizza. Grandma make me pizza. Grandma make me pasta. No pizza, no pasta. Today, ropa vieja. Ropa vieja. You know what it is? Ropa vieja. We take the meat. We take the season. We take the spicy. They want pizza. Then from Cuba, we learn how to cooking. And we come to the United States. Ay, the kids here today, they want naughty. What did you want? Did you don't like the Cuban Jewish food? So with Jewban, Jewish and Cuban, that's what it is, Jewish. Pero my granddaughter, mi nietecito, ay, Joanita, ¿dónde está mi café? Tráeme un cafecito, eco. So, Jewban, that's how you get it.
Ropa Vieja.
I'm going to take you today on a journey how to make ropa vieja. So ropa vieja is one of the national dishes of Cuba. It's literally old clothes. And the reason it's called old clothes, ropa vieja, is because of all the different colors that they have inside of it and all the mixture, and it looks like rags in the end. So you will see how to make it now. So I have here a 2.5 cut roast. I am just going to sprinkle it with salt and pepper, and then I'm gonna sear it. In our pan, we have some canola oil, and I put it on medium high. The next steps that we're doing while that is searing and sounding so delicious and already smelling good, we are going to take red pepper, green pepper, orange pepper, and yellow onion, and we're going to cut them into thin slices. See here that this is starting to sizzle. And I'm gonna sear it on each side for about 5 minutes. And you'll see that it's gonna get a little bit of color. So right now it's still like that. I'm gonna leave it for a little bit longer while I chop all my vegetables. I know a lot of people have been having a hard time through this quarantine getting a lot of different ingredients. So a lot of these things that I'm making are basic things that you would have in your house. Peppers, onions, I feel like those are staple things that I always have in my house. And then garlic and spices. And right before we cut up the onions, we're just gonna check over here on the meat. So you could see that the meat is getting a really nice color on the other side. And I'm gonna leave it about, again, 5 minutes on this side, and then we will put it into our crock pot. I'm pretty dedicated to you guys because this is my last beer during quarantine. And, well, it won't be my last beer during quarantine, but my last beer for now. And I saved it all for you guys for this yummy dish. We cut up all of our vegetables. And the next thing that we're gonna do is we are going to take a 14.5 can of diced tomatoes. And I'm going to pour that into the crock pot. I'm going to take a 6 ounce of tomato paste. Again, these are things I feel like a lot of people have in their pantries. And I'm gonna put that in here. Also, it's telling me don't open. Save it for yourself, Joanna, not for the food. No, it's open. I can't promise that I won't have some though, because you don't have to put the entire bottle. So I'm gonna pour half of it. It gives it like an earthy flavor to any sort of stews that you make, and it's really good. And then I have here a cup of vegetable stock. So you can use beef stock, you can use chicken stock. I'm gonna start off by using about half a cup. This is what it looks like in here. I will mix this all together. Make sure it's really mixed well. I'm gonna take the meat from here and I'm going to place it in my crock pot. If you see how beautiful it is. And it smells so good. I'm gonna place it in here. So you're gonna go like this and we'll mix them up. So it's completely covered in the sauce. After we do that, we're gonna add all of our seasonings and our garlic, our olives, and bay leaf, and some cilantro. A teaspoon and a half of cumin, and I'm gonna pour that over. A teaspoon and a half also of oregano. So this is called Sazon Tropical. It's a seasoning by Badia. When I moved to New York, I was so unsure that I was going to find it in the supermarket, so I made sure to bring like 4 bottles, like big bottles, with me. They do have it here because I'm not like in no man's land. I put about a teaspoon in there. I'll put a little bit more black pepper. Not going to add more salt. And then I'm going to take garlic cloves. I'm going to chop them up. You can use 4 garlic cloves. You can use 14 garlic cloves. I like to use a lot of garlic. If you find that you don't have enough liquid when you're cooking it, you can keep adding a little bit of the broth, or you can add some water, or you can add more beer. Just make sure it's covered. At least the meat is covered. But remember, the meat will release juice also, so don't be afraid. Just keep an eye on it. This is a 5.75 ounce jar of Manzanilla Spanish olives. I'm going to add half of them. And you can add some of the juice from here too if you want. What it looks like right now with all of my onions, my peppers, my olives, my bay leaves. I'm going to put those under. You're going to take what other than cilantro? Because if you've watched any of the other episodes, you see that I use cilantro nonstop. So now that we have everything in here, I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to put it on, you can either put it on low for 9 hours, or you can put it on high for 5 hours. So
Alex, someone cereal goose.
¡Azúcar! Our ropa vieja is now ready, and it's been cooking for 9 hours on low. And in this very same pot, we're going to take our meat and shred it apart with these 2 forks. You're going to take the 2 forks and you're going to pull it apart in that motion, and then I'll pick it up and I'll show you what it looks like. These are the kind of pieces that you want. You could do it thinner, like smaller and thin pieces. Leave it, once it's already shredded in here, you leave it still for another half hour at least to sit in its juices. Really, really good if you serve it with, you could do it with yellow rice, you could do it with white rice, you could do it with plantains, black beans. So right here we have platanito frito, ropa vieja, and white rice. One thing that I feel like everybody really, it's so important to be doing is kind of following your heart. And if there's something that you've been wanting to do and you do have the time to do it right now, just push yourself to do it. So this is like something that I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time. This is my me time. And again, I owe that to my mother, to my grandmothers, to my great-grandmothers, who I've always watched in the kitchen. And I just saw like the love of food. And I think that that's what they've passed on to, you know, all of us, my sisters, my nieces, all of us, we have this passion for food, and just really enjoy being together in the kitchen. I hope that you're bringing happiness to yourself, because everyone deserves it, and follow what you want to do.
Stay tuned for next week.